directors of the ceremony, Mama Gracia Machel, Mama Bongi Ngema, the First Lady, Nkosi Mandela, members of the Mandela family, ministers, deputy ministers, premiers and MECs, Mama Sophie de Brain, Ubabu Andrew Mlangeni, Ubaba George Bezos, leaders of various political parties represented in our parliament, President Wekosatu Ustumo Dlamini, leaders of religious organizations in the Council of Churches of South Africa, members of the diplomatic corps, veterans of our struggle, members of the media, friends, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. Fellow South Africans, today marks the first anniversary of the passing of the father of our Democratic Republic of South Africa. Last year on this day, the 5th of December, President Jacob Zuma informed a shocked and traumatized nation that we had lost our father. It was a moment of profound loss for all of us, not only as the people of South Africa, but for many across the world. Our country was plunged into a period of mourning and sadness. Yet, despite that sadness and a feeling of loss, we were able to gather our strength to celebrate Madiba's life. As we commemorate the first anniversary of Utatu Mandela's passing, we do have an opportunity as the people of South Africa to reflect on our collective memories of the father of our nation and the founding father of our democracy. This moment should call upon us to pause and to reflect on the life of South Africa's greatest son, as he was described by President Jacob Zuma. As we reflect, we need to spare a moment to think about the profound impact that Madiba has had on all of us as individual South Africans, on us as a nation, and indeed on many other people around the globe. We are essentially commemorating the passing of a life that President Barack Obama said no longer belongs to us as South Africans, but belongs to the world and also belongs to the ages. Today we gather our memories of Madiba as we confirm that our memories of him will endure for a lifetime. As the people of South Africa, we would like once again to thank many people across the globe who mourned with us and sent messages of condolence. Many organized and attended memorial services all over the world, and multitudes also embraced Madiba as though he were their very own. We thank them and thank them deeply for having helped to heal our wounds following his death. We also wish to express our sincere gratitude to the heads of government and state and leaders from various fields who traveled to South Africa to pay their last respects to this extraordinary human being. Today we recall how the people of South Africa came together as one to mourn the passing of a person who, more than anyone else, represented our shared desire for a better future. In life, Madiba led us on the road to reconciliation. In death, he has shown us the way to unity and to nationhood. We all mourned Madiba's passing with dignity, with respect and love. We celebrated his life, his work, his achievements, and what he stood for and represented, as we are doing today and as we shall do in the future. We commemorate the passing of Madiba not to satisfy any requirement of protocol or convention. We do so because he embodied that which is best among our people and that which is best among humanity. We are reflecting on a life that transcended the fault lines of our humanity. It is a life that took under its care millions of South Africans who were oppressed, who were exploited, who were suffering, who were degraded. It is the life of a man who appropriated the pain of millions of South Africans onto himself. He took the humiliations and the dignity that millions of South Africans were stripped of and made them his very own. And with the weight of that burden on his shoulders, he worked diligently to free us all, and in a way made black and white embark on the journey to reconcile with each other, to forgive past transgressions and hatred, accept democracy, embrace human rights, non-racialism, non-sexism, and begin the task of the long and arduous odyssey to become a nation of diverse cultures, diverse religions, different races, a nation that speaks in many tongues, but that should finally have one voice that melds into chorus of unity. A nation that is united under one flag with a unifying coat of arms and singing one national anthem. That was Madiba's life's project. Though we no longer feel his physical presence, his spirit continues to inspire us. It continues to fortify us. It enjoins us to continue to strive for peace, for freedom, for justice. It enjoins us to improve the lives of our people. It motivates us to fight discrimination, oppression, and exploitation wherever they may be manifest. It helps illuminate our way as we navigate the path we must necessarily travel towards a united, non-racial, non-sexist, democratic, and prosperous South Africa. Nelson Mandela taught us that the human spirit is indeed capable of triumph over adversity. He taught us humility. He taught us honesty. He taught us that leaders must see themselves and must behave like the servants of our people. He followed the advice of his fellow African revolutionary, Amilcar Cabral, when he wrote, "Hide nothing from the masses of our people, tell no lies, mask no difficulties, mistakes, or failures, claim no easy victories." Nelson Mandela also taught us that people come first. Not just some people, but all the people. In this, he set an example for all leaders in all spheres of life, including public servants. He taught us discipline. He taught us that it is not sufficient merely to hold true to high ideals. For progress to be made, it is necessary to turn those ideals into reality, the reality that will impact positively on the lives of our people. It is necessary to theorize, to strategize, to persuade, to unite, to mobilize, and to struggle tirelessly and relentlessly. Nelson Mandela taught us that great victories are not willed, they are products of hard work. As we reflect on the challenges of the present, on poverty, unemployment, and inequality, we are reminded that it is only through united action and hard work that we can succeed to defeat these three evil ills. It is only through building inclusive social partnerships that we will prevail. Through such partnerships, we were able to dismantle apartheid brick by brick. And through such partnerships, we will overcome its legacy. It was the bonds of friendship and solidarity built across the continent and across the world that established a global movement to isolate racist South Africa. It was the mobilization of a broad front of our people in all their formations, united around the leadership of our movement, that assured our victory over the forces of oppression and exploitation. We remain united to this day in our determination, as Madiba stated, that never, never, and never again shall it be that this beautiful land will again experience the oppression of one by another. Madiba taught us that what counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead. We remain united in our determination to make that difference and eradicate poverty. We remain united in our determination to overcome inequality. We do remain united in our determination to defeat the HIV, AIDS, and TB epidemics. Madiba showed us that to love and to have compassion for those living with HIV and AIDS is a noble act. On the 1st December, on World AIDS Day, we remembered Nelson Mandela's lesson as we called on all South Africans to eliminate stigma and discrimination against those living with HIV and those who have tuberculosis. We remain united in our determination to end violence against women and children. During the 2014 16 days of activism for no violence against women and children, we call upon all of us, especially men, to emulate Nelson Mandela, who respected women and who loved children. Let us be like Nelson Mandela. We remain united in our determination to build a non-racial, non-sexist, and democratic South Africa. And yet we find ourselves still divided as a nation. The barriers of race, class, and gender are still prominent in our society. Our communities are still plagued by insecurity, mistrust, and discord. Our workplaces are increasingly fractious. Our body politic is increasingly polarized. Faced with such challenges, there are many who would despair and want to give up. There are many who would abandon entirely the effort to build a new nation, as we were called upon to do by Madiba. There are many who would want to retreat to an insular and sheltered existence, but not us. This option is not open for us, not the people of South Africa, for we are the children of Nelson Mandela. We are the sons and daughters of Nelson Mandela, Albert Luthuli, Walter and Albertina Sisulu, Oliver Tambo, Lillian Goyi, Yusuf Dadoo, Tatu Mabhida, Shalok Matleke, Chris Hani, Steve Biko, Robert Sobukwe, Joe Slovo, Ruth First, and many others. We have learned valuable lessons on nation building from all these people at their feet, and we are following in their footsteps. We must confront that which divides us. We must pursue that which unites us. We are building an economy that will benefit all as we expand both physical and social infrastructure. We will continue to make all efforts to equip our people with knowledge, with skills and capabilities to succeed and to thrive. We are making dramatic efforts to overcome disease. Our life expectancy as South Africans is improving. We are determined to eradicate hunger. We will not give up. We are building democratic institutions that truly reflect the will of the people and which resolutely pursue their interests. We must treat corruption for what it is, an assault on the poor and an affront to our liberty. We must build the kind of society to which Nelson Mandela dedicated his life. He was our teacher and our mentor. He never gave up on the struggle to free us and unite us into one nation. He was forgiving, he was conciliatory, and he was tolerant. He was acutely aware of our fault lines as a people. He was also aware of our weaknesses and failures, but acknowledged that despite the rage, the resentments, the noise that sometimes engulfs us, he understood that We are all frail and vulnerable and could only succeed if we reach out to each other and join our hands in striving for the ideals he inspired us to reach for. He taught us to build the nation based on respect for each other, no matter what our differences are, to have tolerance of others, no matter how our prejudices might be, to have compassion for the weak and the poor, above all, perseverance in the face of adversity, to have fortitude in the face of fear, to be armed with a huge dose of forgiveness in the face of humiliation, and to have humility in the knowledge that we are all equal, that to be one with another, we have to be at peace with ourselves. As we gather here a year later to remember our beloved father, we are bound to recall that only through a collective effort of progressive humanity can we ensure global peace and security. Only through collective effort of progressive humanity can we mobilize the world's bountiful resources to ensure that no one goes to bed hungry, that no one grows up illiterate, that no one succumbs to diseases that can be prevented, that no one is oppressed or exploited by another. Nelson Mandela has shown us the way to freedom. We are here today to once again tell Madiba that his long walk is over. He can continue to rest. His long walk is over, but ours is ongoing. He has passed the baton to us, and every day we need to prove ourselves equal to the task of liberating ourselves and others from hunger, from poverty, from hopelessness, from inequality, and from unemployment. He has led us to the top of the great hill. We have rested for a while, and we have had a moment to view the glorious vista that surrounds us. But as he said in his autobiography, Long Walk to Freedom, there are many more hills to climb, and we dare not linger, for our walk is not yet ended. With Madiba's spirit as our lodestar, we cannot and we dare not fail. We thank the Mandela family for giving Madiba to the people of South Africa and indeed to the people of the world. Thank you, Tata. Ulale ngoxolo, Madiba. We will always remember you, and we will remember you for our lifetime. You brought us freedom, you gave us dignity, you gave us democracy, and we will continue learning from the lessons that you taught us. Thank you.